HTTV in association with Absolute Warehouse Services with David Wagner after tonight's 3-1 win over Lyon. David, I'm going to be consistent. Most important thing tonight, everyone in the changing room looks good after the game, particularly Adama Diakabi, who we saw just limp off in the second half.
Yeah, he only got a knocked. He's fine. And anybody else is healthy as well. What always in pre-season matches is the most important thing. Today, of course, we won it, and this satisfies us, because if you play games, you like to win it. But win, lose or draw in pre-season matches, the most important thing is that everybody is healthy, and that you have done some further steps in the right direction. I think we have done this today. We've seen some very good things. Lolo scored 2 wonderful goals, what is always important for a striker. Ben Heyman absolutely deserved to get vote man of the match. Phil Billing, strength in the air when he scored, and on the grass when he gave the assist as well. So there were a lot of good individual performance. As a group as well, we have some very good moments where we pressed them, for example, before we scored the second goal. But yeah, we have seen that Olympique Lyon is a Champions League side. They have unbelievable pace and technical quality. They were easily able to score more than only once. And there we had some problems, especially when we pressed them. We pressed them in some situations where it made no sense. And I think we can take a lot of positives, but as well a lot of things where we have to speak about out of this pre-season games, and this is what pre-season games are all about.
I'm going to say that's surely what you want at this stage of pre-season. You want to see things that you have to work on, and such a high-class opponent like Lyon tonight really show you what you have to work on, because they really tested your guys tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we really had to work today. We really had to fight. I was happy because I thought, and I've spoken with the guys, that in the first 3 weeks, maybe in terms of the real passion and desire, the real fighting spirit, what we are all about, there we were not where I like us to be. And I respect it. It's pre-season, no problem. But I said, and we agreed, that it makes sense now to start to get this back into our mind and into our legs and on the grass as well. I think the players have shown this today, a step in this themes as well, which is important, because it's only 2.5 weeks more to go, and then it's Chelsea.
You're right that in pre-season the score, the result doesn't really matter, but when you're playing the one game in front of your own fans at the John Smith Stadium, it's nice for them, isn't it, to see the strikers scoring and the team winning games. You always want to do that for the fans if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, if you play a football match, you like to win it, even if it's a test match. But as I wasn't worried about the results when we were not able to win the pre-season matches, I'm not now totally happy and over the moon because we won it today. Yes, it's nice, and I always would prefer to win it. We have to get this winning mentality back, and you've seen it today. The opponent was easily able to kill the game. They haven't done it, and we have shown the quality then to make sure that we win it. And we have often seen it in the opposite way when we played games. Today it was in our favor, something interesting to see as well. And it has shown everybody, even in our dressing room, how important it is to use your opportunities. If you will not do it, the opponent is always alive. We were today alive till the end, and then we won this game.
You were a striker, David. You know it's always nice to score as a striker, even when it's in pre-season. That's Lolo, 2 goals tonight. Steve scored already. It looked lively again in the first half. Just shows you if you give those guys the right service, they're going to get goals for this team this season.
Yeah, we have 2 absolutely top strikers. There is no doubt, not a shadow of a doubt about it. And they are friends as well off the pitch. And I'm very pleased with them. Yes, they had some hard moments in the last 3 weeks for sure. But as soon as they get fresher, they have the right spirit and attitude to do their jobs when they get used. And today it was Lolo, as you said. The game before it was Stevie. And we are absolutely happy that we have 2 of this quality strikers in our squad.
the big reaction, having seen Adama Diakhaby for the first time for a lot of our fans tonight, is, wow, he's pretty quick, isn't it? And I think you're seeing already in his 2 bits of games for us the qualities why you brought him to this club. He adds a different dimension down that side, doesn't he, with his pace?
Yeah, he's different class to our players in terms of the speed. He's a different profile, yes. Let's say, and I think this suits our game. And apart from this, he is a very humble guy who really likes to learn the game and who always asks questions. Like Ramadan as well, he is a different type as well. He has a physical strength, can beat opponents in the 1-against-1 as well. It was nice for them to play minutes in front of our home crowd. For them, like for all of us, the next 2.5 weeks are very important. They have to learn our game, our style, our idea of football in terms of the offensive and defensive as well. They will not have a problem to settle in this group because we have and we had and we will have top-class characters already in our dressing room. They will make it easy for them. But in detail, to understand how we like to play the games, the next 2.5 weeks are very important for them as for our whole group.
Finally, David, you've just given the written press some good news. It looks like you're going to have some players back for the Austria trip in training and maybe even in games. I'm thinking Janino Bakuna, Jonas Lössl, Matthias Zanker, and maybe even Eric Durm.
Yeah, so Sanka and Jonas trained with us yesterday. They've done some individual work today. They will train with us tomorrow. They will be, if everything goes to plan, in full contention for the squad and for minutes in Austria. It looks like that Bakuna as well will be ready to be in full contention for Austria, and Eric probably as well. He maybe not every training session 100%, but the majority of them, and maybe all 4 of them will get some minutes in Austria, and this gives us for sure more options. We still have to be very careful with all our players who came later into the pre-season. There we have to be careful, have to work with them individually in the right moments. We have to make sure that they will not train with the group to some individual program, but we have top-class people in John Iger's department, and this is why I'm absolutely relaxed about it.
Excellent news. David, thank you for joining us.